What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. QahirTheConqueror here. Sorry for the little break in between videos. Just started my senior year and I'm doing a lot, so I'm busy and all over the place. But with that being said, I will make sure that I do my best to make sure I have videos coming out consistently. In this video, I'm going to stress the importance of being human and giving grace. I have to be honest. This took a lot of deep reflection and growth for me to even have a mature mindset in this regard, because I didn't always have a mature mindset when it came to other people. I'll just give a little context. I'm somebody who I am very self-critical, and I've been very self-critical in a good way and bad way. But I probably, maybe to a degree, developed a God complex to where, because I could reflect and I choose to reflect, because not everybody does. Some people are comfortable being surface level and that's it. To each his own though. And because I would reflect and try to work on myself in that regard, I felt it might have been okay to be critical of others, to be hard on others, not even to them directly, but just in my head. Self-critical of myself and self-critical of people. Life has shown me and taught me so much over a small period of time. One thing we don't really consider, which is such a basic concept: we are humans. Why is that important? Why is that relevant? Human beings are flawed beings. Perfect yet imperfect. Human beings are going to make mistakes. We're going to mess up in some way, shape, or form. From young to old, there is no 100% foolproof blueprint to how to be a human. So essentially, I had to learn and realize that everybody is, in a way, doing the best that they can. Like, everybody is doing their best, even if their best isn't as good as other people. We need to give grace to other human beings. One thing that is common among all demographics, which is a pretty simple concept that for some reason humanity doesn't want to understand: we are all humans. So we all share the human experience. As I mentioned, we're all going to make mistakes, mess up at some point. As you get older and you start to see things from a more well-rounded and mature perspective, one of the first things, at least for me, is I had to realize we're all human. We're all trying. My parents are human. My parents are trying. See, when you're young, you don't understand what they're doing. You don't even know their life before they had you, or their life outside of dealing with you. You don't know what made them the way they are and stuff like that. So as you get older and you start to see them from, even though they're still your caretaker and your parent, but you get to see them and enjoy them as a human, and you develop a different kind of relationship with them. You get to see that, like, oh man, they tried their best, like, and then you start to go through what they go through and you go, oh, this is what they were thinking around that. You get the point. Your grandparents are human. Your cousins, your friends, your romantic partner, whatever you like, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever else is in between, I don't even know. Like, we're all human. Strangers are human. So we have the gender wars or the relationship dynamic wars on social media, and they need to do this, they need to do that. Like, we're all human and we're all trying our best in a world that is really messed up, and that kind of sucks. Like, we come into a world innocent. Nobody comes into the world with a gun hanging off their waist and a cigarette out their mouth and a bottle of 40. Like, that stuff gets developed over time by usually environmental factors or circumstances that they probably didn't even control. So why not give grace? Like, I don't know what y'all believe in, but I believe in God. And one of the most notable attributes of God, in whatever religion you're really thinking about, at least the major ones, is Grace is an element that is very, 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 very akin to God. Beneficence, mercy, forgiveness. I struggle with all those, as I mentioned in the beginning. But as I get older and I start to see kind of how like certain decisions you make at a certain point can shape and influence your future, and and it's hard. Like, it's hard for everybody. We're all trying our best. We all need to put food in our stomachs. We all need a couple of dollars to pay bills and stuff like that. Forget the expenses that, like traveling and things like that. Just the basics. Like, it's hard for everybody. We're all trying. Like, we all went through a pandemic. It wasn't different if you were a certain demographic or a certain height, a certain body type. Like, COVID was COVID for everybody. So I just think the world would be so much better if we stress the importance of understanding that as humans, common denominator we share is the human experience, which comes with all that it comes with. You're from this place, this place, this place, you look like this. We're going to lose a relative at some point. You might lose a couple of dollars at some point. You might go through heartbreak at some point. You might need to go to the doctor for something serious at some point. You might have a bad day at some point. We're human. So give grace and be kind to others. Be forgiving when you can. Try not to take everything personal. And that's something that I think could easily unite the world, but we just really think of everything, at least in the Western societies. I don't know what other societies do because I'm from a Western civilization, but everything is individual and it's me, 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 me. When something happens, it's me, 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 us, and not us as a collective. And I don't think that that's necessarily bad, but I don't think it does us any good because, as I mentioned, I got older and I started to see things from a more well-rounded perspective. And I realized that I was being very unfair to people. And like I said, not even maybe directly, but indirectly, because of preconceived notions I had when I'm not even perfect. Like, that's really the underlying factor that I want to stress on. Like, before you judge somebody, before you critique somebody, before you are quick to point a finger at somebody, did you look inward? And then, because where I was slick, because I thought that I did that, it's okay for me to point fingers because I point fingers this way. No, none of us can judge. None of us are above sin and above flaw and above mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. So the moral of the story is just be kind, give grace, understand people are humans. Your professors, they're humans. They're going to make mistakes. Just because they have these degrees and they're prestigious individuals doesn't make them any different. Your parents, be gentle and delicate with how you think towards them, whether things are good or things are bad. They're human too, and they're trying, and there's no blueprint on how to do that. Your friends, they're going to make mistakes. Your partners, now certain mistakes, yes, deal with that accordingly. But I don't mean anything crazy. The moral of the story is just that is something that's missing in humanity. Like, we're humans. We're going to make mistakes. And as I mentioned, I believe in God. We have a God that accounts for that and is very generous in that regard because he is the one who made us how he made us. So he kind of knows what our pitfalls might be. So who are you to judge and be critical towards others and unforgiving when some of the most egregious transgressions can be made and somebody can be redeemed? So I hope this video helped. If it did, please like, comment, and/or subscribe. Stay tuned. Thank you. See you for the next video.